Cool. So we are live. Let me just share the link in Telegram. Cool. Well, it's been a bit of a weird week, right? A lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, it's been a weird week that feels like a year
Yeah.
in Bitcoin. So yeah, so cold card is the big story this week. I think pretty much everyone already knows, have heard about it because it's been amplified everywhere. But yeah, so cold card is a hardware wallet. It's not a very popular one. It's made by a company that is owned by friend of the show, NVK, who's a long-standing Bitcoin maxi. And to me, it seems like the software or the firmware, I guess, that runs inside the cold card hardware wallet was forked from something else. It seems like it was forked from perhaps Trezor. And they then changed, so they have different editions of the wallet. There's cold card MK, I think the first edition, which is MK1 perhaps, and there's MK2, 3, 4, maybe a 5, and a different one called Q, I think. So they, so when you set up the hardware wallet, you can enter your own seed word, like you're doing a recovery, or you can have the hardware wallet make a seed phrase for you. And making seed phrases securely is extremely difficult because computers, just like humans, cannot make random numbers. You know, you ask 100 people, say a number between 1 and 10, and like half of them is going to say 7. It's just like
7, yeah.
Yeah, we all think 7, right? And it's a bit of a self-perpetuating meme as well, because you're like, I shouldn't say 7, but it's like, wait, they think that. So people would just say 7. So computers are also very bad at this. And especially if the computer doesn't have any external sensors, like if it doesn't have a microphone or a camera, the computer has no information from the outside. Maybe your computer has a temperature measure to know if it's overheating or not. But smaller devices like a cold card, they just don't have any external inputs except from the buttons you can press, right? So to make random numbers or random seed phrases, basically is you just have an algorithm that's called like a pseudo random number generator or a PRNG that just uses timing. So it basically just counts how long has the cold card been plugged in when you generate a seed phrase. Like, how long has it been running? And how long it's been running is what you make the seed phrase from, because the only source of randomness you have is how long has the device been on, really. And it's not as bad as it sounds, because computers, they can keep time quite accurately. So it's not counted in seconds, it's counted in milli or microseconds, right? But it's still very difficult and pretty unsafe to start with. So they do all kinds of tricks. I'm not familiar with all of them. But timing is basically all you can do. Have the user press a button 10 times, and just measure how long was between the presses, and that is like the randomness or something. Because if you count it in milli or microseconds, they will actually, and so on. But it's not very good. But that is what the Trezor does, and that is what the Cold Card was doing, and that is what the Ledger does. And at Trezor, they're really good at this stuff, you know? And people have been coming up with ways to get computers to guess very decent random numbers for as long as computers have been around. So it's not as poorly done as what I described. What I described is what you do maybe 40 years ago, right? So on Trezor and Ledger, I believe it's pretty good how it's done. But the Cold Card, they changed the code for whatever reason, probably not nefarious, starting 10 years ago, I think, or something like that. At least on the MK2 and 3 and so on devices. So they changed something with how the seed phrases are made, and they introduced a bug where there's simply not enough entropy in the seed. And by entropy, we mean randomness. And what do we mean by randomness? Well, imagine you want to use a deck of cards to produce a seed phrase, right? That sounds pretty reasonable. Because you, because when you shuffle a deck of cards, it's the amount of combinations in the 52-card deck is 8 to the power, it's about 8 times 10 to the power of 67.
It's a lot.
It's really, really, really big. And a seed phrase, so we'll compare it. A seed phrase has, I think, 128 bits of entropy. A bit is a 0 or a 1, right? So every time you increase the bits by 1, you get double the amount of combinations. So if your seed phrase is made of 2 bits, of 1 bit, there are only 2 different seed phrases, 0 or 1, right? If it's made of 2 bits, there are 4 different seed phrases. If it's made of 3 bits, there are 8, and so on. So as you can imagine, as you start getting into a lot of bits, the numbers get ridiculously big. So I checked it now. So 128 bits, which is what you use in the seed phrase, has 3 times 10 to the power of 38 different combinations. It's huge.
Yeah.
And we just said that the deck of cards is 8 times 10 to the 67. So a deck of cards has, if you shuffle a deck of cards randomly, the amount of combinations is way, way, way bigger than how many different combinations there are of seed phrases. So, so that means that you can make a seed phrase with a deck of cards very securely, and and we can get into how to do that. But so how many bits you have in the randomness matters a lot. There's 128 bits in the seed phrase, but the bug that was introduced in Cold Card meant that the amount of bits of the seed phrase that were random, so we're not the same between different users, was dramatically lower. I'm not sure how low. I can ask Grok.
I've never seen the word entropy so many times on my timeline as I have this week.
Yeah, we use entropy to just mean how many bits in the randomness.
Yeah.
It doesn't refer to the bit it's not the same as entropy in physics, which is like decay and stuff like that. Yeah. So the MK2 and MK3, they were using 40 bits.
Okay.
And how many combinations? Of what is 40? 2 to the power of 40 is it is exactly 1 trillion. So so that is a really, 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 really small number compared to 128 bits. 1 trillion is so small. If there's only 1 trillion seed phrases, then you can imagine how, if you want to crack it, which means to check all wallets that can be made, see if they have any BTC in it. I don't know how many your computer can check per second, but your computer can probably check. I don't know if it's millions or tens of millions per second.
Yeah.
Your phone can do something like that too.
Yeah. So it doesn't take you that long to get through it, right?
On your normal laptop, you could do it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened. Somebody worked out there's only 40 bits in the seed phrase. And they said, okay, that's 1 trillion. So I'll make a program that generates all the 1 trillion different addresses, seed phrases, and just checks if there's money, and then drains it. So that's what happened. That's in the MK2, MK3. The MK4, 5, and Q have 72 bits, which is also way, way, way too short.
Yeah.
It's not enough. You're just missing so much. So that is 10 to the power of 21. So remember now, the deck of cards is 10 to the power of 67, I think we found. So these are so different, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what the attackers did. They just checked all of them. And that's where we are. This has happened before in Bitcoin. This has happened in different wallets before, but it's been like more than 10 years. But these, and it's been happened on dice sites. People tried to make dice sites like Just Dice, but they messed up the random generation. And then people were able to predict the dice rolls and ruin the house. And no, it's just really tough. This is why in computer science we always say never roll your own crypto, which is don't try to vibe code or code at all your own cryptographic software, because it is insane how difficult it is to not make mistakes.
Yeah.
It is super, super difficult, and it's so easy to make mistakes. And our industry has been plagued with mistakes in cryptography since the beginning. It's just tough. So that's where we are. The hack is huge. I guess you'll say how big the number is. But before we forget, you can make a seed phrase from a deck of cards or by throwing dice. Throwing dice is easier because it's very hard to not know how to throw dice. But in case you want to do deck of cards, which would be extremely much faster, then just Google how do you shuffle cards in a poker game. It's super simple. You put all the cards on a table, and you just mix them around with your hands. This is how it's done in every casino, every poker game. It's called washing the cards. It's extremely effective. So you must resist the temptation to shuffle cards like in a movie. You know, don't do that. Just do it like a child on the table and wash the cards for a few minutes if you want to. Why not? And then it's going to be, and just bunch them up together and read them off one by one. It's going to be super random. But just look it up. There's going to be so many videos because casinos are super good at shuffling cards because they open new decks of cards all the time. So they're very concerned that the player is going to be able to guess the order of the card if they were shuffled from a new deck, right?
Right.
So there is a way to this. Yeah, that's the technology side.
I think I saw some mentions of this being, I think it's 130 million at the minute. I think that's the running number right now. It's been just gradually growing, right? As like more issues have been found. Because originally people were saying, oh, you know, if you put your passphrase on there.
Oh man, I thought that would be enough, but of course it's not.
Yeah.
Because
with
1 trillion, you know. people have started cracking wallets that have easy passphrases on top. Easy
Right.
passphrases like normal words, just characters, just like LOL, people's names, stuff like this. These password cracking databases are available online for download,
Oh,
which
really?
means, yeah, you can download a database. These have been available for decades. Huge databases of commonly used passwords that are usually sourced from leaks. So when you use 1Password Watchtower feature and you try to
Yeah.
set your password to to something, I think it might warn you if your password
Yeah.
is weak because it's been involved. It's in one of those lists.
Let's look at some of the aftermath stuff. So this was interesting. Mark Carpeles, I'm guessing is that how you pronounce it? Um, from MT Gox is buying up used cold cards for a project he's working on.
Yes.
But then people are saying like, well, if you've got one, especially if you've been hacked, you want to keep hold of that just in case, money's recovered or whatever. Probably good to keep hold of that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't think this is realistic, but if there's white hats that manage to get a hold of some of the funds, they might try to reimburse people somehow. I don't know. How do you know you're the true owner?
Right.
It's very
And
difficult.
you're not gonna reimburse the original address, right? So because it's compromised
You
already.
can't.
Yeah.
It's being
So it's
watched.
super difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's a weird situation.
don't destroy your cold card.
So what you were talking about there as well. So I remember when it first happened, right? I don't know how they got around this, but someone managed to find the vulnerability with Claude Code, and I know there was a bunch of stuff originally where it was saying, the kind of Western LLMs were not helpful because they've got all the
Oh
restrictions, right?
man, there's going to be so many more hacks now because the Chinese models like Kimi and Quen,
Yeah.
they don't mind that you use them to look for security issues in software.
Yeah.
So we'll get
It's
another round.
getting a bit scary. They're probably, imagine as well if you were the person exploiting cold card. Imagine they're probably just cycling through whatever they can find, just trying to find vulnerabilities. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't get worse from here. But
I don't know if it's in the newsletter, but there is a white hat that's doing the same. He's already spent $20,000 in tokens.
yeah, we have it in here.
Okay, then we'll do it after.
Let me find where he is. This guy, right?
Yeah, but he's up to 20K now. So he
Okay.
spent, and he's also received funding from Bitcoiners. So
Nice.
he's scanning all the software related to crypto he can find, Bitcoin, sorry, and looking for vulnerabilities with Kimi K3.
Nice.
So fantastic job, Rob Hamilton.
Let's see what else we've got. I mean, this was, there's a bunch of these popping up now. I know you ran through a bunch of this already. Just talking about the security tips and number generation entropy.
Is this AI generated?
I don't know.
Read it.
Nobody broke into it. There's no M dashes, which usually tells me it's AI.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see
It's
what
just
else we've
their
got
writing
here.
style is
Yeah.
throwing me off here.
So I mean, there is some comedy in all of this. I know there was a bit of a witch hunt going on, right? Like for anyone that was sponsored by Cold Card, um, which they weren't. They're just podcasters or whatever. So I'm not expecting them to dig into it too much. So it seems
Yeah.
a bit of a
And
stretch.
obviously, the solution to this is just you need third-party auditing of your software. That's it.
Yeah,
It's not that expensive, a few $1,000s. Somebody will read over the source code and just get it done once. And then when you make updates, have them audit again. And as we know from DeFi, these additional audits are very affordable because they're just looking at the changes. So third-party auditing is what is required here. And I think we should all start demanding it.
So, people called on Zach
Mm,
XBT to jump into this,
he's getting some
but
spice to this guy.
yeah, he's now calling out anyone who doesn't fund his work. I mean, he's been doing this for a while, right? Like saying that he only works on certain ecosystems. But yeah, Zach will not be assisting with this case, unfortunately. Which is fair enough. I mean, I've seen some of we feature it quite a lot in the newsletter where you see how many people message him about stuff, and some of the amount
I'm
of
sure it's
people that
hundreds
want
per
his
day.
time. Yeah, there's always something. So I get it. Right. Let's see what else we've got. Oh yeah. We'll end the coin card segment with this. So yeah, if you are affected,
Who is this person?
I
Is
don't
this one of
know.
those?
I don't know.
Is there one of those new maxis? Guy Swan?
Liberty is a technology problem.
He's a podcaster, yeah.
Right. Okay.
This has got to be one of those podcasters that everybody says they hate. Like
But
like
these
Udi.
guys, right?
I'm not saying no, I'm saying Udi hates these people. Or makes
Do
fun
you
of them at
find though?
least.
I mean, I find some of their audiences just shoot out of nowhere, and I don't know where they come from. Maybe it's I don't want to get all conspiracy theory esque, but you know, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. It just seems like they have
Well,
massive audiences out of nowhere.
yeah, I've never heard of it. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
But I do have a few boomer Bitcoin people involved in Bitcoin that I know. They don't go to conferences, they don't work in technology, they don't read Twitter. They just have Bitcoins, and they're boomers. They listen to these podcasts.
Yeah.
So they listen to all the Sailor interviews. They'll listen to like McCormack. They'll listen to what I don't even know what the Bitcoin podcasts are.
Yeah.
So I think some of them are real. But when you look at the people promoting BIP 110, whatever it's called,
yeah,
that's very strange to me. They kind of look like bots, but not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to know because maybe the people who do not like BIP 110, maybe they are paying the bot farms to promote BIP 110 because it makes them seem less serious. This is the classic. This is what they do in South America, right? You organize violent protest against yourself.
Right.
They've been doing this forever. So if you're like Milei or whatever, Argentina, these people, and you want to get something done, you propose it, and then you pay for hooligan demonstrators to set fire to cars and stuff and be against it, because then everybody will be for it. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But you mentioned Sailor there. I mean, the selling is continuing. Not for Sailor, by the way. This is strategy. We have to make that clear. Which he then went on to remind us and try and tell us that he's actually all in anyway. Just his company is the one is what's selling. Yeah, I mean, at least now though, like,
He
do you
doesn't
remember
say
there
it's
was the
all
fear?
in. He just
Well,
he says
it
he
was.
hasn't personally sold any BTC.
Well, yeah, not all in, but
He hasn't sold any of his 1.3 BTC.
yeah, fair
All
enough.
the rest is in MicroStrategy,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
has sold its BTC.
But hey, at least now though, we don't get when he first there were rumors of him selling. It was just endless fear that we would tank as a result. Like it seems like it's a non-issue now, which is good. I guess he's
Yeah.
becoming less relevant. What else we got? Yeah. So looking elsewhere on the blockchain, Robin Hood like seemed to have a bit of a run, but that has seemingly ended for now.
Did you make it over there?
I did not know.
Me neither.
No, but yeah, I think they had a few coins that ran right, and then I don't know, they were just pushing it for RWAs, I think primarily. So I think the memes were just a byproduct of people using it, which they don't seem that thrilled about. Which makes sense. I guess they're like a big finance company, right? So let me have a look. What else we've got? Oh yeah, we'll go to our trader section of the show. James Wynn is getting liquidated again. That's just the first one. I mean, every day. Well, so we started with liquidated 5 times in the last 3 days, and now we've escalated to 4 times in 12 hours.
And now he's shorting the stock market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty rough. I mean, the crazy thing is though, right? That we spoke about this earlier. So where he seemingly gets his money from is the ref links, but he has look on chain talking about every small trade he's
Yeah.
doing, which obviously then people click his profile and then you end up like
How
going
many
here.
followers? Whoa.
Yeah. All you have to do
Funny.
is click that and you keep like paying for more look on chain tweets. So he's got a good funnel going on here, he just has to make it one time.
Yes, that's so true. Yeah, maybe he was a genius after all.
Yeah. I don't know where he spends his time, but hopefully it seems like he's enjoying himself, I guess, being liquidated. It seems like a weird routine to have, just to log online and just be looking to get
Get
liquidated every day.
liquidated,
But
yeah. If it works.
you mentioned this to me, and I thought I'd pull it in as well with Mackie Big Brother. So I saw this today. He's also another look on chain participant. So what's he at now? Well, he's down bad on his board ape. But I mean, the difference between those is like they're nothing compared to the other losses, right? So I don't know why the people are making such a big deal about him selling a board ape. I guess because it was his PFP, but doesn't seem that
Sure.
big a deal. Oh yeah, did you catch this, by the way? I saw this the other day. Funnily enough, French people, even when they're not in Paris, seem to also be falling victim to crypto crime. So yeah, two crypto holders were trying to buy weed in East London, and then they were taken away and tortured for 52 hours, and one of them ended up giving away 30K to get released. And they were fed with just one chicken wing between them, which is an interesting thing to mention. But yeah, pretty rough. Like, I don't know. People are still, this is happening. I guess it's bleeding over back into, it's now in the UK as well. But weird that it's French people again.
And yeah, and as before, Yeah. So French, because everybody who reported owning crypto under taxes, that has been leaked with names and
Mm,
addresses from insiders in someone has access to the tax database in France. So that is, if you reported owning crypto in France, change your name and move addresses. Um, Minimum move addresses, and don't let anybody know it, because this keeps happening now. It's like every month, and the same as before. It's organized by somebody who's abroad, who hires local gang members, local criminals, to kidnap people, and they give instructions from over WhatsApp, probably anonymously, on what they should beat out of the victims. So it's pretty organized.
yeah. There was also, here's another crime story. Yeah, an FBI agent accused of stealing $1 million in crypto. And he got caught. Well, one of the reasons seems, well, evidence was gathered from ChatGPT, which is interesting. Um, ChatGPT responded, "Given everything you've told me, your child, your wife, the desire for a 2 to 5 hectare estate, interest in age-worthy red wine, and the goal of actually just living there instead of owning a property, I would not start by chasing citizenship. What I would do with $1 million." Oh my god, it's
Is
crazy.
he stole $1 million, and his plan was to buy a winery?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I like it. But
It's just,
don't ask the clanker for advice on crime,
uh,
because they store everything you say permanently, and the cops and the tax office and everything, they can just request it forever. So a crime you plan today, you can be busted for by having used ChatGPT like 20 years from now.
wild.
So either don't do crime, or do crime but use the Chinese AI to plan the crime.
We're going down a bit of a bit of a crime theme here.
Mm.
So yeah, SBF has been trying to work his way out of this one for a while now.
Wiggle himself.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. I keep seeing, all the things about how what an amazing investor he is and how much he would have made, right? But I mean, he still did the crime bit, so it
And
doesn't
also,
matter
he's not an
really.
amazing investor, because if
Yeah,
you just gave me unlimited stolen money, I'm
yeah.
sure I could make more money with that money by gambling, because it's your money. What the hell do I care? If it doesn't
What?
work out, I didn't lose anything.
Yeah, and
So
all these imagine like the deal flow as well. All these companies, like every big company is like, oh, SBF has loads of money. Let's ask him. So it's just like you just have to pick them out. Like,
yeah, but it's very easy. Uh, it's pretty easy to gamble and do well when the downside doesn't matter, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because it's not your money. If you lose it, so what? You'd say, "Oops, I'm sorry."
right.
So there's nothing on the line, basically. You can just, no matter how many times you lose, you just keep throwing everything back in the casino, right? You just James win it. Just keep throwing everything back in, because it's you have no downside risk at all. So just keep punting, max leverage, see if it works. If not, keep doing it. Maybe it'll work.
Mm, yeah,
So uh, so it doesn't really work So it doesn't make you a genius investor because you had no downside, except the downside is that he ended up in prison.
Yeah, it's still got a long time to go as well, right? I think it's like 20 plus years or something. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, who knows? It's hard to with investor. Like if I gave you billions of dollars in money and said, just fuck around with it, just see if you can make more. If you lose all of it, don't worry about it.
I'd back myself with that trade.
Yeah, yeah, but maybe you'd be able to find something. You're like, hey, there's this company that makes a competitor to this new OpenAI thing. All right, how much do you need?
Yeah.
How much do you need? On what terms? The terms don't matter, right? It's not your money. It doesn't care about the downside. Just tell me what you need. So it's no. I would love to work. I would love to work in a hedge fund or a VC firm where we can just invest in stuff. And if it didn't pan out, everybody's like, it's cool, don't worry. We can just get more money from different people, really. we'll just get more deposits. And in FTX, what they did, when they run out of money to gamble, when they run out of the customer's money to gamble on, they ask their own employees for more money. So they're like, okay, well, you can buy FTX, you can buy FTT tokens for half price. So they rinsed their own team to gamble that money too before finally it collapsed.
For a second there, I was kind of doubting the logic that you were going with, but I actually thought about it, and yeah, you can just keep rinsing and repeating this. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no downside, just keep going.
Yeah. So the final post we have in here is this poignant tweet, which is pretty good. Crypto now is just people who used to work at Morgan Stanley selling you their stablecoin, perp platforms, and on-chain rapists. Those telling you otherwise are often just trapped and have been here for years, developing a crippling dopamine addiction and no discernible skills.
Yeah.
Discuss.
I'm in the second camp there.
Oh, I've not been. We've not been to. You haven't been to any conferences in a long time, have you? In the last year or so?
No, I might pop by Tokyo 2049. I don't know.
But I'm very intrigued if it's. I have a strong suspicion that it is going to feel like that tweet. I mean, obviously, not the rapist bit, but the other parts. Yeah, we will hopefully find out soon. But it seems like we're in a tricky spot right now. But anyway, I guess before we round this up, let's have a quick look at where we're at price wise.
64 sharp.
Yeah, pretty much.
How's Zcash and Hype doing?
Hype is bouncing back a bit. I saw quite a big holder was selling quite a bit, and I don't know if that was a reason. Probably not. But I just saw someone was dumping quite a lot of Hype over the last few days. Well, last week.
Yeah, I mean, if people sell Hype now, I understand, because then your logic is every new cycle has a new favorite coin, and if Hype already has been the favorite coin, then I can find more upside in a different coin, in a different meta. I understand that logic. I'm still holding on to most of mine. I actually think Hype has a very good chance of being the favorite coin in the new cycle too. There will be others, of course, but I think Hype still can do a lot of interesting stuff. But I do understand somebody who's just looking to take some profits for once,
Yeah. I think it's a good bet too. They keep they're like leading the on-chain perps. So how are they looking for market share actually? Let's have a look. Perp dexes. I mean the perp dex wars seems like it's well and truly over, right?
Well, let's see what happens in the bull market because things change fast, right?
True.
But they have a very strong lead.
And you mentioned there as well, Zcash doing
I don't
well.
have any, but I follow it because I want Zcash to do well.
It's kind of weird because when did Zcash launch? Because I first got into crypto like end of 2016, and I feel like it was just a meme even then about price always goes down. So I've never known it do
Yeah,
anything else.
yeah. You need
Yeah,
to just zoom so you don't see somebody on purpose. They made a huge thing in the chart on the first trading day,
right. Yeah.
but we can see
Okay,
it better. Yeah.
oh wait, how do I? Oh, it's like lagging. But yeah, if you take that out of the equation, well, this is in the last year. Wait, what day was it on the max? Like January 26th, 2017. Let's put February 1st. It's fine.
That's an insanely poorly UX. The double calendar selector.
Yeah, that felt
Just let
really
me enter
janky
the
actually.
days. Just let me enter it.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. When you look at it like that, I mean,
Okay, now do the BTC terms.
all right, let's see.
They moved it to compare.
For some reason, this is lagging so much for me.
2-minute data points in a graph. The chart. Yeah, it's booming.
Yeah.
Good job, Zcash holders.
Yeah, nailed it. But cool. I mean, yeah, I think that's everything that we've got this week. Anything else you want to talk about, or any final words?
We'll be back next week.
All right, cool.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for tuning
watching.
in, guys. Bye.